What's up, guys? I'm back with a desktop recording type video. In this video, this is actually a requested video by this guy. Let me go to the page. This guy, he requested to do a video on how to get Backtrack 5 on a Windows PC. Now, the reason he's probably asking this is because Backtrack isn't all that amazingly easy to get anymore due to the fact that the ISO for Backtrack it's hard to find the ISO. So getting it is definitely not a simple task due to the fact that Backtrack Linux, the website for it, kind of got shut down. But I will have links to the ISO and the Virtualbox program that I'm going to be using to install it on my Windows computer. So let's get started. So the first thing you're going to need is you're going to need Virtualbox. This is what you're going to use to run the Ubuntu Linux virtual machine on your Windows computer. You can use VMware or VM Player, whatever you want to use, but I just prefer Virtualbox because, in my own opinion, it's a lot easier and overall a lot more simple than VMware. So you just go to Downloads, and then you would get this right here for Windows hosts. So yeah, that's that. And then over here on this website, you will find downloads to the Backtrack GNOME 32 torrent. Now, down here where it says ISO 5 and this, don't download this, and I'll show you why in just a minute. Don't download it because I can promise you it will not work, and it honestly is about the biggest piece of crap you'll ever download. Unless you really know what you're doing and you know how to install it properly, then it'll work. But for the sake of this video, just download one of the top 4, depending on what system you're running. Now that you have kind of got both of those, I assume that you've got it. Just kind of pause the video and get it. And I also recommend getting the torrent, not just downloading it through the website and through the browser, because that will take forever. If you need a torrent client, I highly recommend BitTorrent over uTorrent. It works a lot better, and it's a lot neater, if you get what I mean. So, now you're going to open up your Virtualbox. Now, I do already have this installed, but I'm going to create a new virtual machine. We will name this YouTube BT5. Alright. And, well, let me redo that so you guys can see. Alright, now we're going to run this on a Linux and then Ubuntu. Now, with Ubuntu, you can use Oracle or other Linux if you really want to, but it's just kind of simple to use Ubuntu, and that's what I'm going to be doing. So we're going to use the 32-bit version because I do have a 64-bit operating system, but I'm just going to use 32-bit because, well, it won't allow me to use 64-bit because I have the 32-bit version of the program. So we're going to click Next. And this is kind of dependent on what you're wanting to do. Considering that I have 16 gigabytes of RAM, I'm going to bump this up to, that seems good. This will kind of judge on how fast this virtual machine will run, but if you put this all the way up, it will pretty much take all your RAM, and it can harm your computer. And I did say I had 16 gigabytes. For some reason, it will only let me go to 8,192 megabytes versus 8 gigabytes. So, but it's for the best sake, because I will never in my life let a VM run over 4,000 probably. So, you do that, and then you can either create a virtual hard drive now, or do not. I recommend creating one unless you know what you're doing. A VDI will be the preset that you're going to use. Next. Dynamically allocated. Next. Now, this is also judging on how large you want your computer, but I recommend having this around the 30 gigabyte point. Before, on the older versions, it used to be 20 gigabytes, but now it's 30. Just keep it at 30. Now, we're not actually done now that we have this thing done. We're going to click the VM down here and click Settings up here. Now, with the settings, we're going to go down to Storage. And we are going to click this empty thing. And on our desktop, where did I put it? Kali Linux. BT5R3 KDE 32-bit. This is the ISO we're going to be using. And we are going to go and choose a CD, whatever, desktop. Scroll down until you see your ISO. Double click it. And there you go. And then just click OK. And start. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you that this actually has a lot worse. Just click enter there and it'll enter everything. And we are going to default boot text mode. The screen resolution on this is actually a lot worse than Kali Linux due to the fact that it's an older type thing. And yours is probably going to start differently than mine, and you're going to have to enter a username and password in a little black terminal window. The username is root, and the password is root spelled backwards, T-O-O-R. And then you'll get put up to this screen right here at some point in time. And we're just going to give this a minute to load. Alright, when you get to this part down here, what you're going to do is you're going to type in start X, enter. And that should start the Backtrack 5 portion of this. Fairly simple. Let's switch this to full screen. Well, let's not switch this to full screen. Get this up. I'm actually pretty sure you guys can't see that. Scale mode. Alright. And as you can see, Backtrack is loaded up here, and you can use the console, whatever you want to use. And for those of you kind of newbies out there that need a little help, there it goes. Alright, if you need help, there is a help command. You can use help, whatever. And all of your necessities will be under this little list right here. All of your hacking necessities will be under here. Metasploit and whatnot will be under here. In some area. I actually don't use Metasploit all that much. Yep, there's Metasploit framework. Those you need Metasploit. So that is all the things that you will need. But before you do any of that, I recommend going up here and clicking install Backtrack. And then through all this, the steps can actually vary on your own preference, so I'm not going to lead you through the steps. But, well, I guess I will. Let's go forward. And, of course, English. I don't speak any other language other than Russian, but don't want to do Russian. This varies on your own time zone. Forward. That's what type of keyboard you have. I recommend just keeping that to USA unless you're from Germany or Japan. I think Saudi Arabia has a different keyboard, maybe. I don't know. And erase and use the entire disk. This is the disk that we created when we were making the virtual machine, so do forward on that. And this will erase the entire VM's disk and install Backtrack on the disk. And then you just click. You can do advanced if you really want to, but for the sake of this video, I recommend just clicking install. And this does take a pretty good time to install, but I'm not going to really sit through all that because I already have it installed on another VM. But that is basically how you guys are going to install Backtrack 5R3 on a Windows PC. And for those of you, if you want me to do a Kali Linux version of this, the Kali Linux ISO is different, yes, but the installation is actually the exact same. I do have Kali Linux installed, which is, I think this VM, that or that one. And so yeah, if you want to install Kali Linux, I can make a video on it if you want me to. Just comment below. And I hope you guys liked the video, and Sir, I forgot your YouTube name, Sir Nyland, I hope I helped you out, and I'll talk to each and every one of you in the next video. See ya.